The Arctic Monkeys on XFM, invoice us for the microphone. This is Josh Widdicombe, and I am here till 1 o'clock with producer Neil. Hello.
Hello.
Did you enjoy his speech at the Brits?
Yeah, I guess so.
Ah, rock and roll, it never goes away, does it?
No.
No, too right, eh? Too right. I often think it has, and then
Here we
it
go.
hasn't. Here we go, it's back again. It's like a boomerang. Or, you know, the career of Bruce Forsyth.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Or the Kaiser Chiefs. I think you can't. I suppose you wouldn't compare it to a musical thing, because then it's not really a good analogy. Should have stuck with Forsyth.
Yeah.
How are you, Neil?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, keeping well.
Yeah.
Good week.
It has been a good week, actually. I rediscovered Angel Delight last night.
You rediscovered Angel Delight.
Yeah.
Where?
In my cupboard.
In your cupboard. So now Angel Delight. For you know, the posher listeners. Anyone who wasn't working class in the 90s, basically. So Angel Delight is basically powdered mousse.
Yeah.
So which flavour? And you just add milk?
Just
right?
add milk, whip it up, put it in the fridge.
Oh, do you have to give it time in the fridge?
A little bit, yeah.
So what did you have? Strawberry?
Butterscotch, mate.
Butterscotch. Oh,
Yeah.
blimey! Bring on the diabetes.
Eating a family pack was probably a bad mistake last
You had a
night.
family pack.
Yeah.
Wow. What? So how much? How big was your bowl? Here's a question. Which will say a lot about you, and I think I know the answer. Did you look at the ratios on the pack, or did you just do it by eye?
Oh, no, I looked at the ratios.
Oh, that's good.
I thought you were going to say, did you serve it up or just eat it out of the container you put it in the fridge?
Oh, no, yeah, but there's no decision there, out the container.
Yeah, good, okay.
You know, we're not savages, but we are, you know, there's still a bit of vim about us. So you made the Angel Delight. We haven't planned to talk about this, but I'm intrigued. So what kind of time in the evening was this? As an aside on that, I once stayed with my friend Ellis, who's on Sundays, in fact, on XFM. I stayed with him and his girlfriend Izzy, and at 2 a.m. he said, "Do you want me to make you an Eton mess?" And I don't think that is acceptable. But I ate it out of politeness. That's not a way adults live. We're in our late 20s. I think he was in his 30s at that point. Anyway.
Yeah.
So what time did you eat the Angel Delight?
I ate it around about 9:30. It was a build-up to watching you on the last leg.
Well, you got to have some kind of sugar rush, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, wow. Did you enjoy it?
Very much so.
Will you re-indulge?
I found, as well as a butterscotch packet of strawberry, so maybe next weekend I'll live the high life again.
Wow. Strawberry is the classic. Angel Light, it never goes away.
No.
We did actually want to talk about something we've got to address straight away. That you tweeted about this, that you'd done a quiz online, because we've had this long debate over the fact that you're not Scottish.
I am Scottish.
Right. The voice is the giveaway, and the fact you're from Birmingham. But you took an online quiz.
Yeah, I went to BuzzFeed, which specialises in breaking life down into quizzes and top fives, and it was a quiz of how Scottish you, a quiz of how Scottish are you, and I am as Scottish as Sean Connery. Are
you the well-known man that left Scotland?
Yeah, but he will go back, like I will.
Why will he go back?
Because it said so on the quiz.
I mean, he's not just going to go back. My main point on this is, if you were Scottish, you wouldn't need to take a quiz. Like, you didn't take a quiz to check whether you were male.
I had some time on the train, all right?
Yeah, then you thought, I'm going to check if I'm Scottish.
Yeah.
I think your very doubt shows that you're not Scottish.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Neil's discussion of Angel Delight has set the Twitter sphere alight. I'm loath to say it's trending. Well, it's not.
It's not.
No. But someone's put Angel Delight as just posh instant whip. That is a very interesting use of the word posh. I mean, that is the biggest kick in the teeth for instant whip of all time, isn't it?
No comment.
Yeah, no comment. Now, what is it? Instant whip isn't even a brand name, is it? That's just a thing.
I don't know. I'm an Angel Delight man through and through. Cut me. Bleed Angel Delight.
No, I'm not going to make that joke. Cut you bleed Angel Delight. That's a genuine issue, mate.
Okay.
I honestly think you should go to a doctor if that's the case. Although, I reckon there's money to be made if on, the kind of freak or unique circuit. The man who bleeds Angel Delight. Now, we come to the point of the show. I know it's called the Freak Circuit, not the Freak or Unique Circuit. That's the thing from TFI Friday.
Yes.
Now, any other business? And what I want to do today, Neil, is I'm going to read them out, and you're going to overrule them or not. You have a bell.
Yeah.
Just to be clear to the listeners, any other business is small, minute things that people have picked up on from our previous shows. While Neil struggles to look for a bell, I'll fill in.
Found it.
Here it comes. Found it. For listeners at home, he's on a bike at this moment. But letters in, Neil will uphold the complaint or overrule it. Simple?
Simple.
Shall we continue?
Begin.
Hi, Josh. In reference to last week's show, do you know they are making a Girl Meets World about the daughter of Topanga and Corrie? Question mark, exclamation mark, my favourite piece of punctuation. That is from Ken Beattie, or Ken and Beattie. I don't know if it's probably Ken Beattie. Did you know that, Neil?
I didn't.
This is in reference to the fact we referenced that we fancy Topanga on Boy Meets World. Was that it?
That was it. And Tom Crane, our guest last week, made a very inappropriate comment.
He made an inappropriate comment about Topanga. What did he say?
He said Topanga. Yes, I would.
Doesn't make sense, mate. So I didn't know this. Did you know this? This isn't really we do encourage, just extra info at Any Other Business. It is called Any Other Business, so it can really be anything. That's great news.
Yeah, I did some research. It looks like it is happening on the Disney Channel this year.
Really?
So.
Ding. Yeah, ding on. But I don't understand. Do I have the Disney Channel?
I don't know. Probably depends what package you have from your media provider.
I've got Virgin Media. We've discussed this before. I started making complaints about it and you weren't happy. So we'll move on. Josh, last week you scorned, strong words, producer Neil, sounds like I might have though, for using ciao as a form of greeting, stating that it meant goodbye. Neil was actually technically correct. Open brackets, as Hermes from Futurama said, is the best kind of correct, close brackets. Excellent use of Futurama quotations.
Yep.
I think, if you... that's good luck. Particularly Simpsons, like kind of first 8 series, if you've got any quotes from them, your Any Other Business has a lot more. It's good to back up your Any Other Business with that. Ciao, as a form of salutation. Christian from Newcastle certainly swallowed the thesaurus, hasn't she? Ciao, as a form of salutation, can mean both hello and goodbye in Italian. Having to pick you up on these minutiae by no means spoils an otherwise excellent show. Well done. Christian, Newcastle upon Tyne. Now, my main thing, that all seems fine to me.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Very happy.
That she has missed, or is Christian a girl, are we to presume, or it might be a boy?
Well, it's spelled with a K. I'm going to lean towards female.
Okay. Now, she has missed that ciao is also the name of the 1990 World Cup mascot.
Was it?
Yeah, do you remember the 1990 World Cup mascot?
That's the first World Cup I really got into.
Yeah, a series of green, red and white cubes with a football for a head. Do you remember him?
Very much so.
Yeah, so we'll uphold it, but I've had Any Other Business, they're Any Other Business, so half-ding.
Half-ding. Also, we normally finish on one from your dad, which I have had in directly to me this week.
Okay.
But I'm not going to mention it now. I'm going to hold it over you.
Oh, my word. Exciting. We've got one more here, though.
Okay.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Yeah. Hi, Josh and Neil. AOB from last week in reference to the comment that former Liverpool manager Gerard Houllier decided he didn't want Marcus Babbel anymore. Babbel had an illness. If you're going to do an AOB, don't put a typo in it. Undermining the whole pernickety nature of the segment. Babbel had an illness called Guillain-Barré. Yes, I had to look it up, which meant he was out of action for a year, so Liverpool needed to replace him. I think it was with Steve Finnan, who did excellently, I seem to remember. I sent this in, as I felt your comment did a disservice to both men. Keep up the good work, Owen O'Mara. Couldn't agree more on that one. Now, just on that, Guillain-Barré was also a signing that Houllier made in his last season, and really was the final nail in the coffin for that managerial reign.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast XFM.
We come to the point now where we choose our 2 topics for the day, which we will then solicit for texts and tweets. We will give you the number and tweet handle when we have revealed the topics. No tweeting now. Stop. First, it comes off of the fact that you liked Angel Delight yesterday.
Love it.
Love it.
I could have some now if I could.
Well, someone's emailed it. I mean, as we said, it's trending. But someone's texted in, me and my girlfriend are currently scoffing butterscotch Angel Delight out of a massive Sports Direct mug. It doesn't get more base level than that unless you add the fact that it is pudding to a bacon sandwich.
What a morning.
Now, well, you're saying what a morning, I'm saying, are we believing that? Because either that's a coincidence, or they've made it because you've brought it up and haven't given it time to set.
Animals, if that's the case.
If this is you, I don't know your name, but I know that your number ends 8288. Then do text in and confirm, the situation as it unfolds. So on that, we want to, because obviously we both heard of Angel Delight, and there's a lot of 90s references in the show. Guilty as Charged, which is a reference to the Deirdre Barlow trial in the 90s. Do you know how long I was... That felt like the longest period in my life as I tried to think of a trial in the 90s which ended guilty. Because I could think of some famous trials, but everyone got off. Or they were too bleak to bring up.
Yes.
In fact, before you any other business that, I realised at the time she was called Deirdre Rashid. We know this. Let's move on. Right, what we want is obscure 90s references. Can you come up with a 90s reference that neither me or producer Neil has heard of? Pop culture references, not in true crime. That's the game. It's a good game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Confident? By the way, don't make them up, because we will Google them to check that they're real after we've confirmed whether we have heard of them or not. Can anyone outfox us? And outfox, by that I mean, that's a reference to Rule Fox, the 90s Newcastle winger. Number 2, unpopular opinions you hold. This is based off the fact I did Room 101. Well, I did it months ago, but it was on last Friday. And I thought Lord of the Rings wasn't as... I didn't realise there was these big fans of it that would get quite angry if I put it in Room 101. Turns out, a lot of them were on Twitter as well. Who'd have thought it? Do you hold any unpopular opinions? Not like racist or
not
anything.
Racist, homophobic.
Not racist,
sexist.
homophobic, sexist.
None of that.
Or, or anti, blur. But none of the big pillars, but, things that everyone likes, but you want to admit you don't like.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast. XFM.
This is Josh Widdicombe, by the way, just so you know, just reset that. Producer Neil's still here, and we're talking about Angel Delight. The 3 things you need to know. We didn't mean to talk about Angel Delight, but it's got out of hand. Just to follow up on the text about the person who's eating Angel Delight, and I accused them of making it up because it was too soon. He said it's 100% coincidence. I might add, my girlfriend Prue is wearing a tiger onesie, and I'm in a burnt dressing gown. It's terribly flammable. Prue? How old's your girlfriend? And that's a name and a half, isn't it? That's great.
Yeah, well done, Matt.
I hope it's short for Prudential. I mean, I haven't heard that name in years. Wow, there you go. That could go in our phone in any 1920s references that you can think of. Okay, now our two tweets, and no offence, Prue, I do think it's a genuinely good name. Let's just clear that up. But if you do want to, tweet in, and we'll keep this conversation going. 2 topics. Do you want someone who's replied on both?
Yes, please.
Stevie Gray. Topic 1. Can you come up with a 90s reference that me and Neil don't know? The kids' TV show, Woof. Of course we know that.
Obvious.
You've got to try harder than that. Boy turns into dog, they've put in brackets, we know. Written by Dick King-Smith. Just to show that I...
Wow.
There you go, just to show that I have too much knowledge on the subject. Number 2, Tom Cleverley is a welcome addition to the England squad. Wrong on both counts, Stevie Gray. Unlucky. That is not a opinion I will entertain.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast. XFM.
There was someone who's tweeted in saying they don't like the Beatles. That's the kind of thing. I'm not even going to bring that up. Your name. Just move on.
No, they're allowed to. It's an unpopular opinion.
No. There's certain. Right. So let's move on. Right now. 2 on the similar subject. Kenda's rule: tea and coffee are for idiots. Addictive waste of money. I don't know if I've ever been so angry. Luckily, I'll relax with a nice warm drink. Adults that don't like hot drinks need to look in the mirror and grow up. What are you doing? Samuel Wright, this is more like it. I just don't care on the order of adding hot water and milk in tea making. I agree on that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Anyone that says it affects the cup, I think that's a scientific paper I'd like to read. Whether it does affect the tea. There you go. That's a way I'd like to spend my day. Having a cup of tea and reading that. If you, it would annoy me. And one final one, because we're getting loads, so let's rattle through these now. This is exactly what we're looking for. Doesn't need any discussion. Let's just leave it at this. Rachel Wright, I really hate yellow.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
This is Josh Widdicombe. You are listening to XFM on a Saturday morning. Now, here he is with Nishipedia. It's Nish Kumar.
Good morning. Or is it?
I don't know, you tell me.
I can't believe that's the first time in 6 weeks that's come up.
Now, Nish, each week you bring us a conspiracy theory from your conspiracy satchel.
Correct. Yeah, aka the internet.
Okay.
I was looking at my internet history today. Oh, it is an absolute disaster.
And then you thought about going down to looking for conspiracies as well.
Basically, any website that still begins with the words geocities.com, you know you're in for an absolute whale of a time. The background's going to be some sort of lime green and the font's going to be Comic Sans. That's when you know you're in for a real, absolute A-grade nutcase.
Oh, and what A-grade nutcase have you got for us today?
Well, this one, Josh, this one is legit. This is the first one we've had that has its own Wikipedia page, or as I like to think of it, fake Nishipedia.
Can we donate to Nishipedia?
Yes, you can, by seeing me in the street and giving me a tenner.
Or buying tickets to Nish's show.
Oh, yeah, or buying tickets to all of my brilliant shows.
Well, it is a charity. So... So what have you got for us?
Right, 3 words, Josh. Phantom time hypothesis. Already, we're into something.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to literally read from the beginning of the Wikipedia entry. The phantom time hypothesis is a revisionist history and conspiracy theory developed in the 80s and 90s by the German historian Herbert Illing. The hypothesis proposes that periods of history, specifically that of Europe during the early Middle Ages, are either wrongly dated or did not occur at all. Now, I have a theory as to why people might think this. We've all got periods in our own personal history that we would rather forget. For me, it was my early to mid-20s to current life. There is always a period, and I think what's happened here is some people have got together and thought, we just need to pretend the Dark Ages didn't happen. We need to pretend that we were just living in mud huts, smashing up works of art. And I think that's what's happened. This is a kind of...
So what's his evidence?
He has...
I mean, I don't think you've ever answered that. Any of these. It's very rare.
I think that often is the question that pulls out the base from this entire house of cards. Every week you ask me for evidence. Every week, Josh, I'm forced to say, well, they just seem very confident. There are some theories about this, which I'm not going to go into because it would take absolutely ages. But it's to do with the changes made to the calendar. And so it looks like somebody's basically fudged all the details. It's another one of these things where it's sort of very... there's a lot of convenient stuff that seems to have happened, and there's a lot of filling in of blanks.
There's no such thing as a coincidence. That's basically what most conspiracy theories seem to be based on.
Basically, there's no such thing as coincidence, but there is such a thing as an imagination. That seems to be the founding principle. But anyway, so I think what's happened here is basically a group of historians have got together and gone, we can't pretend that we were a complete mess. It's basically somebody trying to delete Friends series 1 to 5.
I mean, if you were going to delete stuff, surely there's Second World War. That would be the one you'd go.
I think it's too recent to start going, I'll tell you what, guys, the Second World War and 1992 did not happen. That was a trick of the light.
1992?
Yeah, I didn't think...
Yeah, Graham Taylor's ill-fated Euro 92 campaign. When he brought on Alan Smith for Gary Lineker.
I can't believe you're leading with that and not he played Carlton Palmer from the off.
Neil.
I'm totally lost, so therefore I'm going to just... No, it's not going to go into Nishipedia.
Oh. Okay, thank you very much, Nish. An absolute pleasure. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Kerry Godliman.
Hello.
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 Stand-up actress. Which, do you care? Which? No.
Oh.
Both.
Renaissance woman.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that does imply I can do more than the two things you mentioned.
I think two's Renaissance.
Two's all right. Two'll do.
Yeah. What would you normally be doing at this time on a Saturday morning?
I'd be at home, sort of pottering around.
Pottering?
Yeah.
I like pottering.
Yeah, I love a potter. I love it.
What would you do? What would be your activities of pottering?
Well, it would involve kids probably, so it's really nice
your
being
kids.
here. Yeah, mine, yeah. Don't sort of nick other people's. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Do you like pottering now?
I'd never get time to potter. I'd love to have time to potter.
Would you?
4.5-month-old, so I'm constant
there's
stress.
not a lot of pottering going on.
No, there's no pottering going. You told me earlier that the highlight of your week was standing on a tack on the stairs. That's the kind of...
That was the highlight.
I'm building up to be a highlight because it was real low light. 4 in the morning, stepping on a carpet gripper. Really hurt.
But it broke the monotony of nappies and sleep deprivation.
Yeah, it did.
You wouldn't
At
start
least- at least
self-harming,
there was
are you?
something
Just to cheer
to-
yourself up to find something other than
At least you were
nappies.
feeling something.
Yeah. I bleed.
We're talking this morning about two things.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've just discussed off air that you're not big on Angel Delight.
Not really. Not since I became an adult.
No, of course. I mean, Neil once again another kick in the teeth this week.
Oh, do you eat it?
Well,
Yeah.
Every day? Regularly?
No, I just had some last night because I found it.
What do you mean you found it?
It was in my cupboard.
did you check
Oh,
the
who put
dates?
it there?
Probably me when I bought it.
Right. What's
Sorry.
this sudden kind of pretend? How did that get there?
No, it wasn't that. It was more I bought it a while ago and thinking, I'll have
Wait a
this,
minute,
but
you
then
moved
forget.
house about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So you've bought it in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So why do you remember buying it? So this has become a grilling, but I think it's needed.
I think so. Let's press on with it. I don't understand those choices. I wouldn't even hover around in that aisle of the supermarket.
What else would be in that aisle? Tinned fruit.
Baking stuff, yeah, all that kind of weird
so those
stuff.
little...
Yeah.
I tell you what's
Semolina.
overrated. Semolina. Yeah, that's rubbish.
Yes.
But I tell you what's overrated in the baking aisle is those little silver balls.
Oh, yeah.
They are rubbish. Do you know what I
Do
mean?
you just eat them like sweets?
No, I would never go
They're
near
for cakes,
them.
aren't they? They're for cake nuts.
Yeah, but they ruin a cake. That's
Yeah.
anyway.
That cake department is spiralling out of control of any supermarket.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there was a time it was just a couple of hundreds and thousands and some icing, but now it's a whole aisle.
Do you know who I blame? Mel and Sue.
You might be right. Yes,
you-
baking maniacs.
Yeah, the bunting aisle as well has got out of control.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Now, one of the topics we're talking about this morning is based on the fact I got abuse on Twitter for putting Lord of the Rings into Room 101.
That's a bit tragic, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? That you think people would take that personally.
Yeah, but they're very, very committed, those fans.
They are. That's what I didn't really think through. But so we've canvassed for unpopular opinions. Shall I take you through some?
Yeah.
And you can... this is from... A lot of them, what I like is they haven't left their names if they can't admit to their unpopular opinions.
Oh, cowards.
Yeah, well, you would be if you were the person who'd written. I really hate bananas, which no one can ever believe when I tell them. I think that's an acceptable...
I can fully accept and believe that.
Because it's a weird fruit.
It's a weird fruit, and there's a window of opportunity with a banana.
Yeah.
And if it's too green or too brown, it's over.
I prefer brown to green.
I would rather not have either. I want proper ripe, yellow,
Bang on banana.
bang on, and you get about 24 hours of good times, and then it's over.
Yeah, we've had relationships like that, eh? Am I right? When I used to work at Waterstones,
Yeah.
there was a man who had a fear of bananas, and if you ate a banana, or if you saw a banana, he'd have to leave the room. This isn't a joke.
Oh, so it was a proper, like...
Yeah, banana phobia. Well, it wouldn't be called
Banana
banana
phobia.
But
That's quite difficult to take seriously, isn't
it
it?
is, because it's difficult. What are you checking it online?
I'm just seeing what the proper name for it is.
Oh, yeah. I think-
Banana phobia. There is problems, like, it's very embarrassing if you get eye contact with someone whilst eating a banana, especially a builder. That can be...
If you're eating the
If
banana,
I'm eating
yeah.
the banana and then you just happen to catch
Do
eyes
you
with the
eat
builder.
it as banana or do you break it off? I'd eat it as banana.
I go full chimp.
Yeah, definitely.
I connect
From
with my
above.
simian. I eat with the skin, everything.
With your feet.
Yeah.
Next one. I mean, this one, this is the blunt. Someone's just written,
I never want to be a mother.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, it's fine, but I just love the fact that they thought, this is my chance to get this
I'm
finally
going to
off
get
my
this
chest.
out. What a shame that they feel that that's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, it is. But, you know, I suppose...
You must breed!
Yeah, exactly what the world needs.
Yeah.
This is more thought through from Joe, who, I really do not like anglers. Particularly those that sit around the pond on Clapham Common telling kids to be quiet because they're scaring the fish. Open brackets, what fish? Question mark, close brackets.
Well, they're really specific about that.
Yeah,
My uncle, Tony. That's like, they're very much know who they're going for.
Don't just email in and go, I really don't like my mum.
That is generally an unpopular opinion, not liking your mum.
Yeah, well, that's quite a regular opinion.
Yeah, but people don't just say it casually in pubs.
No.
They style it out.
If you have any unpopular opinions, you were saying one, weren't you? What was your... football?
Football, yeah, I'd get rid of that.
You'd get rid of football?
Well, yeah, or I'd downplay it a lot more than it's... I mean, at the moment, it's like...
How would you downplay it?
Well, I'd put it on a level with wicker weaving. I'd put it on a par with that. Like, if we had premierships and wicker weaving tournaments and every 4 years world international wicker weaving championships and all that, we'd be clearly mad. Well, that's what we do with a bunch of blokes kicking a bit of leather around a field.
Neil?
I'm kind of with... I don't like the current...
culture of it.
Culture in football. The
whole Rooney salary is unjustifiable.
Yeah, you've got two well-coordinated feet. That's not worth £300,000 a week.
No.
Well...
And the mania, and the way that people talk about it as if it matters. It doesn't matter. It really does. It really doesn't matter.
Do you know what? You're right, I don't like football anymore. I've come around to your way of thinking.
Thank you.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Josh Widdicombe with Kerry Godliman.
Yes.
And producer Neil.
Morning.
Sounded like you were a kind of sound effect that you'd press for...
Yes.
Yeah. Can we sample that and have that for weeks to come, Nick?
Yes.
Now, we come on to something that's not going to make you say yes. Lovely link there, wasn't it?
Oh, that was good.
That was pure local radio. Neil of Fortune, in which producer Neil comes to the fore and each week sets a game. You set 3 games and you can choose which one.
Okay.
And then you play a game, and basically, well, you take it away, Neil, really.
Okay, we'll start with game number 1, Kerry.
Okay.
It's called Carry On Camping.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have to ping my bra off or something, do I?
Oh, you get to...
No.
Like Barbara Windsor styley.
No, well, it is around Barbara
Don't think
Windsor.
that'd be appropriate. Do you, Neil?
It's not the 90s anymore, then.
Yeah, it's the 90s, right? Yeah, because that was a 90s film.
Well, she was obviously famously in Carry On films and EastEnders, more recently a bingo commercial. When I call out some numbers, can you give me the correct bingo call?
I'm not sure about that game.
I used to work in a bingo hall, so I'd be really good at that.
Oh, well, then let's disallow that. Did you used to work in a bingo hall?
Yeah.
As a caller?
No, I worked in bar and buffet. And I was threatened. They said, if you don't, buck your ideas up, you'll never become a caller.
And you didn't buck your ideas up?
I was fine with it. I said, I can live
Do you
with
get
that.
female callers?
Yeah.
I've never been in the bingo hall.
Why did you think it was only blokes?
I imagined it was... No. I imagined it was kind of like a kind of old school sexist 70s atmosphere.
There is a bit of that, but you do get women callers, yeah.
Oh, all right. What enlightened time we live in.
Yeah, it's a very modern age. We've got real diversity in bingo.
All right, second game is called GCSE. This is a fun game. Good time.
I don't get that. Okay.
So, Kerry, according to...
Why is that?
I don't get that. What the GCSE? What's the...
As in, this is fun.
But what's
as in
that got to do
buy
with
gum.
Well, let me give you the game reasoning.
Oh,
all right.
All right. Well, I'm not sure so far. This one appeals. It seems to make him very angry.
According to Wikipedia, you provided your voice for BBC Bite-Sized GCSE section?
Yeah.
Okay. I have 3 stories about Josh's school days. Can you identify which are fact and which are fiction?
Can I?
Yeah. So when I read them out, do you like the sound of that game?
I'd love the sound of that.
All right.
Oh, well,
don't make your choice yet.
Okay.
We have a third game.
Oh, that's the most uptake we've ever had on a... That's the most
Yeah, but
interest.
don't forget, I do voiceovers, so I can feign that enthusiasm.
Do you want to... Can I just... With the GCSE bite size, what did you do?
I read out loads of mathematical, problems and stuff, but I didn't understand anything. I didn't understand any of it. But on that website, I sound like I do.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Is it online now?
I don't know. I've never engaged with it.
Well, let's try and find it in the.
I can't believe it's on my Wikipedia page. It's like, wow, is there nothing better than that you can think of? I did it 10 years ago.
All right, game 3 that you probably won't want to play is called karaoke. So not only do you have a beautiful face, but I imagine you have a lovely angelic voice.
Ooh.
So I'll play some XFM favourites, fade it out. You can sing along and see if you come back in.
Definitely not.
Okay. So game 2.
You should try that every week with someone. I don't think we'll ever get a take
Who
up.
would ever want to do that?
Well, unless in 3 weeks we have Rylan as a guest. I don't.
Who's Rylan?
Right, that you are living in a better world than I. The fact you don't know who Rylan is.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Jimi Hendrix, Crosstown Traffic. This is XFM. Josh Widdicombe, producer Neil.
Morning.
And Kerry Godliman.
Hello.
And now we come to the business end of Wheel of Fortune. Oh, sorry. Unbelievable. Neil of Fortune. Neil, would you like to drive the feature, as they say in radio?
I will take the wheel, yes. So, yeah, we are playing GCSE. This is a fun game. I can't even get the title of it right, I apologise.
It's not a good start, is it, Neil?
No, so the premise is, Kerry, according to Wikipedia, you provided your voice for the BBC Bite-Sized GCSE section. I have 3 stories about Josh's school days. Can you identify fact from fiction?
So, are you going to give them all and say one's false or two's false or whatever?
No, I'm just going to do one at a time.
One at a time?
Okay.
Kerry
And we don't know how many are true or false?
No.
And how many are there? 3?
3 in total.
So you need to get 2 out of 3 to win.
What do I win?
Very little.
Well, I want a prize. I need an incentive.
I've got a biro.
Oh, go on, I'll take that then.
Yeah.
Or
Or
some staples.
Yeah, go
I've
on.
got half a copy of yesterday's Sun.
Can I have that and the biro?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
Okay. Story number 1. Josh won the Good Egg Award at secondary school. Is that fact or fiction?
The Good Egg Award. Can I probe?
That's an interesting.
He's sitting right there if you want to pose any
Can I
questions.
probe?
Yeah. Look, you can kind of would I lie to you it? I know.
What is the Good Egg Award?
It was an award because because you know when everyone gets an award, but I was such a non-event that I wasn't like best at
It's a
anything.
pity
so I
award.
was just like a good egg. Yeah, it was a pity award.
Right. Yes, I believe that to be true.
It was true.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's a kick in the teeth.
Josh's class pet was a ram. His school was in Devon.
Oh, yeah. I'm still not buying it. No.
No,
False.
false.
It is false.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, you're good at this. You're already on the prize. All right, we're going to move it up to 3. You've got to get through all 3 right to win the prize, otherwise there's no tension.
Well, I could walk out now. I've already got my biro.
I've had a lovely day out.
I've got biro. You can't argue with that.
You've got the biro, and
That's
this
safe.
is. Do you want to gamble on the biro and the copy of the Sun, or do you want to go home now with the biro?
Oh, I'm going to gamble.
You're going to gamble, okay?
Right, 3rd story. Josh had 4 children in his year at school.
No, false.
You're very certain.
Oh, I thought you meant he fathered 4 children.
No.
He's got 4 kids. So he had 4 kids in his year group.
In his year group at school.
How rural is your background?
I'm from Dartmoor.
Is that rural?
Well, yeah. Do you want to see a picture?
Yeah. How many buildings are in Dartmoor?
Certainly not as many. So here's
One school.
One school.
No, here's a
Right, let me-
Dartmoor as on. Neil, fill in.
Oh my God, there's nothing there.
I mean, this is really good radio showing people Google.
Well, we're responding.
Well, this is Neil of Fortune at its best. So that's what.
Okay, so that's
I've shown.
Dartmoor. So
Well, where are you from, Carrie?
I'm from London.
You're from London. So
Yes.
she's got no. Have you ever been to Devon?
I've shared a chair with 4 kids in my
Shared a
school.
chair. Have you ever been to Devon?
I've been to Devon. I've lived.
Have you been to Devon, Neil? We've never asked.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's nice.
So that's what you're looking at. That kind
Right,
of thing.
okay, so 4 children in your year group.
For the biro and the Sun.
Oh, gosh.
And in no way does that mean I'm endorsing the Sun. It was just sat here.
And there was one school.
There was lots of schools.
Oh, right, okay. But this was a small school.
Well, by definition, yeah. It wasn't. No, yeah.
Can you name them?
It wasn't just a
Can you
rogue.
name them?
It wasn't just a rogue year. It wasn't like all the other
Okay.
years were 200.
Should we make it a bit tenser?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a drone on.
Is that what you were going to do to make it tenser?
Yeah.
That's not that great.
I'll stop it
I
then.
don't feel that tense.
Oh, okay.
Well, you haven't got the headphones on.
Do it again.
Right, do it again now.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah,
I feel really tense.
Yeah, so, I can name them, yeah. Am I allowed to name them?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1, Thomas Bosens. Number 2, Jenna Waghorn.
No, you're making
Number
that
3,
up.
Joanna Portis.
2 Joannas in a year group
No,
of 4?
Jenna Waghorn.
Oh, Jenna and Joanna.
2 Joannas.
Right,
which
false.
at your school,
This is rubbish.
Which at your school was the equipment in the music room, wasn't it? And me.
I don't believe it to be true, which makes it false.
It was true.
No way!
Yes.
Really? 4 kids in your year group?
unbelievable.
That is amazing. Not even your class, your year group.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
How do you feel about that, Neil?
Very well.
So I've lost the biro and the paper.
lost the
Yeah, you've
biro.
lost everything.
I think that's the most successful game of Neil of Fortune we've ever played. I genuinely enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That's because it was all about you.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
We've moved on from talking about my childhood to talk about the 90s. We really are talking about a full gamut of topics.
Yeah, we're covering a lot of stuff.
We've asked for because we I'd say we get accused, Neil, of maybe putting in too many 90s references. So we've asked, can anyone name any 90s references that we don't remember? So first, someone's combined the 2 topics of unpopular opinion and 90s reference. Shezel24, not their real name, I imagine. I absolutely detest and cannot abide the song Young at Heart by the Bluebells.
Oh, is that the one that goes...
Yeah, that's the one. So you've got your singing in the end.
Oh, yeah.
and now I'm definitely pleased we didn't do the karaoke.
See, I made the right choice.
Yeah, but I don't think that disliking Young at Heart by the Bluebells can put much of a crimp in your life, seeing as I
Yeah.
haven't heard it in 15 years.
Yeah, you could work around that.
Yeah. So, SC Smith 4. No one else I know remembers CBBC's The Dark Season from about 1992 with a young Kate Winslet. Neil?
Don't remember it.
I don't remember it.
I don't remember it. I don't believe... Have you checked this online?
I've just Wikipedia'd it, and it was 91.
Oh.
BBC One, and it only ran for basically one series with 6 25-minute episodes.
And was Kate Winslet in it?
She was, yeah. She was on the cover of the DVD release as well, so you can buy it.
So she was a
VHS
kid when
release.
she did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's have a look.
There you go.
Oh, wow, so I do remember it. I think I did read out the premise.
So, hang on. Plot. The first 3 episodes begin with third-year secondary school girl Marcy and her 2
Is that Kate Winslet?
fifth-year friend. Doesn't give a citation next to it. Tom and Reed become suspicious of their sinister Mr. Ehrlich, who's their computer company, arrives at the school, distributes free computers to all pupils. Blah, 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 blah.
Like
a bit like the Demon Headmaster, I think.
Oh, a bit like the Demon Headmaster. I like that. That is the classic kids' TV premise of bad adult in your school.
Yeah.
Maybe not these days. Now, here's another one. And this one I vaguely remember. 90s popular culture. Do any of you remember a game show hosted by Gabby Roslin called Whatever You Want? Pretty sure it was on BBC One, prime time on a Saturday night, but nobody else remembers it.
I don't remember it.
Do you not remember that?
I remember seeing a lot of Gabby Roslin in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. She was everywhere.
She was everywhere.
She was everywhere. But what's happened to Gabby Roslin?
Don't know.
Did that exist, Neil?
Did it have the status quo, whenever you want? If it didn't, that was a missed opportunity.
I mean, that was... I imagine they got that song and worked the premise up from there.
Well, it's worth it for that alone.
It is on her Wikipedia page, but it doesn't give you any more information.
It's a red link on Wikipedia.
Well, it's not even a red link, it just says other presenting roles. And if you want to know what she's up to, she will be presenting Sports Relief on the 3rd of March.
Oh, right,
Really?
okay. I'm happy
look
about
forward
that.
to that.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll plug that at the end of the show. If you have any other 90s things that someone's beaten us then.
Yeah.
So we have been beaten. If you can beat us again, then, I mean, we're impressed. You know, do you want them to do 80s ones for you, Kerry?
Don't patronise me, Josh. I'm not, I remember the 90s. Do you need to be a child of the 90s? I was 16 in 1989, so I vividly remember all of the 90s with an adult brain.
All right, well, we'll see, won't we?
Come on.
Tested.
What about Friends? Do you remember that?
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast. XFM.
Jake Bugg on XFM. There is someone who's not going to be enjoying our 90s reference chat. I am joined still by Kerry Godliman.
Hello.
And James Acaster.
Hello.
And of course, I'm Josh Widdicombe with producer Neil.
Good afternoon.
James, how are you?
Good. I'm on the highest chair.
You're on a very high chair. How tall are you generally?
6'1".
6'1", but your feet are at least 2 inches off the floor.
Yeah, like a little child at dinner time.
I mean, you can bring the chair down, maybe?
No.
Fair enough. You've not been well.
Oh, I had a wisdom tooth out, and then it went bad as well.
It went bad.
I had 2 days of thinking.
What, when it was away from you?
Yeah, it's gone rogue. And there's loads of reports of wisdom teeth going crazy. And I it's got infected, mate.
Now, there was a bleak moment when we did all three of us did a gig on Monday, and you described why you hadn't had general anaesthetic.
Yeah.
Really tragic.
Because I would need a friend with me.
Oh, God.
And then Kerry assumed that meant I didn't have any friends.
Well, it does imply you don't have any friends.
So they said you'll need a friend for general anaesthetic, and you went, I'll go local.
Oh, you might as well just take it out right now.
You couldn't find anyone to accompany you.
It's not that I couldn't find anyone. I didn't like the thought of being on the anaesthetic and doing weird stuff. You just end up on
But that's
YouTube.
what friendship is.
On YouTube.
You end up on YouTube on some kind of camera phone video of you
But
coming
if they were a
round.
true friend, they wouldn't have allowed that to happen.
I've seen wives do that to their husbands on the internet. And their husband comes round.
Well,
yeah.
so I don't want to go into
The husband comes round and he looks at her and he goes, "You're a pretty lady. Who are you?" She says, "I'm your wife." It's like, "I'm married to you." And he looks like an idiot, and that woman's put it online. I
Well,
can't
that's
trust
not
any
a
of
good
my
marriage.
friends.
No,
and
that's not.
you know.
Well, I don't know if I've got a
He
friendship.
doesn't value his wife's looks, for a start. So you didn't think to ask anyone?
No.
Because you didn't trust that they wouldn't judge you looking woozy.
Yeah, so I've got loads of friends, but not any that I can trust.
Because you
Is that less, is that
James,
less
this
bleak?
is heartbreaking.
Can you not sleep in a room if there's other people in there?
Yeah, I can. I've done that. I've done that
What if
before.
they-
I've slept in your room before,
What if I filmed?
albeit on the floor. But like, I've slept there.
Yeah, well, glad you cleared that up. What if I filmed it and put it on YouTube?
Oh, I would not be happy.
Has anyone ever drawn on your face while you slept, or any? Is there a reason for you to be so suspicious of friendship?
No, but I think this is what has got me as far as I've never been drawn on. I've never had my hand.
Do you
put
think
in
that
warm
makes you a
water.
winner?
Yeah, this is because I've distanced myself from people at any time when I'm vulnerable.
But these are just parts of life. Humans get drawn on. They wet themselves sometimes.
Never.
Are you fearing the fingers in hot water trick?
Yep, I'd fear like 2 hands in
do
hot
what?
water, 2 hands in hot water, my feet in hot water. That's what I'd imagine waking up. I'm very guarded.
Are you worried of the old wake up in an ice bath with someone with a note saying that they've taken your kidneys?
Well, that is obviously the first thing that I think of.
Did you have that as a...
I remember hearing about it,
Yeah.
but I've never worried about that stuff.
That's why I stay single, mate.
I mean, self-protection.
Kidneys in the ice bath. That's all I ever think of.
But this is... I'm worried about you. I'm worried that you're turning away from potential companionship because you don't trust other humans.
Yeah, that is essentially right. I mean, that's why I'm on a higher chair than you guys. So you can't get up here. Mess
And
with my
hurt
face.
you. I can't get up there and break your heart.
Yeah. Just distance myself from all of you.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
James Acaster is here,
Yes.
and you had a wisdom tooth out. We're discussing it. Someone has... You went for a local anaesthetic.
Yes.
Someone had general. This is what they've written. I had a wisdom teeth out recently under general, and as I was being wheeled back to the bed, I was giving everyone a thumbs up saying I was ready to party.
This is what I'm talking about.
Clearly not, as I was wearing a dressing gown and slippers. Neil from Sutton.
But what's wrong with that?
I'd be pleased with that.
I'd be over the moon with that. Happy.
I'm not ever letting anyone see me in that state.
What, ready to party?
I'm not giving everyone the thumbs up saying I'm ready to party under any circumstances.
Right. So one of the topics we've been looking for tweets on is unpopular opinions you hold. And shall I run you through a few, you guys? Give your views on these?
Yeah.
Ross Abbott is a great all-round entertainer. Luke from Southport. I agree.
Yeah.
I went to see him in Panto once when I was a kid.
He was all over the 90s.
He was all... this
What was that quiz show when he walked up the stairs and it had hot spots? Woo, woo,
No, that
woo.
wasn't Ross Abbott. That was Michael Barrymore.
Oh,
Or Michael Jackson in what's the video when it lights up?
Billie Jean.
I would go with the unpopular opinion that Michael Barrymore was a good all-round entertainer.
I think he was.
Yeah.
I think he definitely was.
Yeah, well, he covered a broader spectrum than most, doesn't he?
When Barrymore's My Kind of People was a brilliant TV show.
It was a great TV show. It really was. He'd go to a shopping mall.
Yeah.
And then, like, get a kid to sing a Bar Bar Black Sheep and everyone would go mental.
Yeah.
He was kind of a proto...
The kid was always...
And this was before X Factor and all those other talent shows.
Yeah.
So there we go. So Barrymore's got the thumbs up. Russ Abbott, delete. I like Russ Abbott.
Do you have that kind of power that you...
He's gone.
He's gone.
Russ Abbott's just gone at the click of your...
I like Russ Abbott.
A trap door just opened underneath from Russ Abbott.
I saw him at Panto, and I remember there was a bit where he talked really fast for ages, and I absolutely lost it.
Did you go to a Panto or an auction, Josh?
16. What?
You sure this wasn't an auction? Russ Abbott paying the bills.
Right. Amazing Rigby. I just like cream eggs.
Oh,
I don't think that's an unpopular view.
No, I don't like them much.
No, I don't either.
Well, I think it's a bit...
If they were so good, they'd be a bar.
I think you can get them in a bar.
Can you?
That might be true, actually. But if
What do you mean, like a bar as in a pub bar?
No.
have a Guinness, a Strongbow, and a couple of cream eggs for the ladies.
Couple of cream egg shots, please. That's what I thought you meant.
Oh, God, I'll have a Milky Way as well.
If they were really great.
Sorry, mate, cream eggs are off.
You can't have them as a bar form because the whole USP is the egg form.
Yeah, but I suppose you...
The filling, it's like the Cadbury's caramel.
Yeah.
The filling replaces the caramel, so it's like a little segment.
Yeah, but that would be ridiculous because it wouldn't be an egg anymore.
It doesn't exist, Kerry.
Delete.
You're blowing my mind.
It doesn't exist anymore because Josh just deleted it.
The smell of... we've had ones on tea, but this is... From Maisie Steph, this is an overreaction. The smell of and taste of tea makes me feel sick. That is not an opinion.
That's a bit odd.
I don't have any truck with that. I mean, I was saying that we want your unpopular opinions, but now I'm having a go at people for having unpopular opinions.
Really angry. Well, it proves the point. It is very unpopular.
But we liked them. We agreed with the cream egg, and we agreed with Russ Abbott. But tea is something I feel very strongly about.
You love it.
I love it. I think it's just superb.
You get very defensive about tea.
I do get very defensive. I just think it's... Not enough people say tea is great.
No, you're right, they don't. But are you not prepared to, like, consider the possibility that some people don't like it, Josh?
No, this is Oasis with Wonderwall. That's what I've got to say to you.
Josh Widdicombe, XFM.
Any other business at the start of the show in which people email in to pick us up on factual errors? You held one back, Neil, from my dad.
Yeah. So your dad sent an email saying one of his favourite parts of the show was Neil of Fortune. Can't disagree with him. And
awfully tragic if you did.
Inspired by Neil of Fortune, he created his own game for me to play called Down on the Farm. Oh, that is the worst name I've ever heard of it.
Down on the Fern?
Already. Oh, sorry, down on the Fern. Sorry, yeah, because that's my surname. So I can't even read it.
Down on the Fern?
Oh, Down on the Farm sounded quite good.
Oh.
Well, it's a pun, I think, on farm.
Oh, I see.
So he sent me...
What, James?
I probably can't say it at this time of day, but you know, whatever. Yeah, go on. Go for it. Go on, tell us what the rules of Down on the Fern are, Neil. Your dad has sent me two
Stop shifting the blame, Neil.
Your dad, Josh, has sent me two clips of tractors, and we have to guess which tractors they are.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It's not what I thought the game would be.
I couldn't name one tractor.
Well, he's got... Have we got the...
Well, I've got the two sound effects, so... Should we listen to tractor A and we can identify...
Well, are we going to be named what have we got names to guess from? Because none of us know about tractors.
Okay, okay. Oh, no, yeah, sorry. I got distracted by him enjoying Neil of Fortune. The first head full of euphoria, just celebrating.
You've really lost yourself.
The two clips either come from one of your dad's 1961 three-cylinder Massey Ferguson 35, and the other one is from his 1988 David Brown 1490.
Hold on, does your dad have tractors?
Yeah, they've got a farm.
When were you going to tell me this?
This is my reaction.
I've known you for 6 years.
You know this. We live in Devon.
I assume that everyone in Devon has a farm?
Oh, You learn something every day, mate.
Mate, I've said some slanderous things about farmers in front of you.
My parents aren't farmers, though, properly. They're just kind of...
They just got tractors.
Tractor
folk
dealers
that moved out and, you know, retired to Devon.
hang around the farms going, you want some tractors? Got some pretty sweet...
You need tractors if you've got, you know, hills.
So they drive around in tractors.
Are there any roads?
Not exclusively.
Instead of a car, your family's
got
got a
roads?
tractor.
Well, we have got roads, yeah. Lanes, I think they'd be called in Devon.
Right.
I've shown you a picture of Dartmoor.
Yes, but I didn't see a tractor in any of the pictures.
Right. Driving around with a tractor.
I mean, this really makes your game really look
This
good.
makes your game look brilliant.
Yes. Yeah. Guess what sound the tractor is?
So basically, okay,
I
this
can't
one.
even remember the two names of tractors you told us.
So is it a Massey Ferguson?
Have you
or
got
a-
any details on these tractors?
Oh yeah, so a David Brown research. You can get one on eBay at the moment for £2,000 if you want.
Is it brown?
James?
I mean, the colour is the only thing I would use to differentiate one tractor from another tractor.
Yeah, but on a game where they're playing the sounds, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, but I can go, oh, that sounds like a blue one.
The David Brown one, I think, was white with some red livery.
White's a ridiculous
Livery?
colour if you're going
Livery?
through fields.
I know.
Why would you get a white tractor if you're going through mud?
They like to show off how much they've used the tractor. In Devon, that's a big thing.
That's ridiculous.
That's a great muddy
What
tractor
colour would
you've
you
got
make your
there.
tractor? Brown?
Blue, red.
Yeah, that's going to, yeah.
Camouflage. I'd have a camouflage tractor, and then no one would be able to see me. I'd be sneaking up on people.
They'd be able
You
to
don't
hear
like people.
They'd be able to hear me and go, that sounds like a David Brown.
Well, does this sound like a David Brown then, James? Here we go.
Doesn't sound like a tractor.
No.
Sounds like Skate Electrics.
Sounds like a food processor.
Skate Electrics tractor.
Or does
Says so much about my two guests. Gender roles, that. Food processor, scale electrics.
It's true.
Or are we saying this is the David Brown?
Oh, that's bad.
I
Oh, I like that one.
get that exhaust looked at.
Oh.
It's broken. What was that last bit?
I didn't know when that was going to end. I thought your dad had just left the mic on. We were hear him going to the living room going, recorded that for Josh's mate, Neil. Yeah, I told him I liked a stupid segment on that stupid show.
Well, the second one's my favourite.
Okay, so which
So have
was
you got any more information on these companies or anything?
So the Massey, the David Brown, his first tractor was with a joint operation with Massey Ferguson. It was the Harry Ferguson
They
tractor.
split.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could get a film out
Like
of this.
the Eurythmics.
Yeah, and
Or Puma and Adidas.
yeah, I'm trying to think.
There,
Are
James.
they like the Ant and Dec of the tractor world?
Zoe Ball and Jamie Theakston.
Yeah, that's all I've got. Sorry.
So, oh wow.
So which is which, basically? Massey Ferguson or David Brown?
I think...
Let's
I'll be the first one to dip my toe in. I think first one's David Brown. Second one, classic Massey Ferguson.
Kerry, do you agree?
I couldn't care less.
Do you have a car?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about cars, actually.
No,
was
I
gonna say-
don't. It just is blue.
Do any of us here know anything about cars?
I've written off 3
Oh,
cars.
you've written off 3 cars. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
How? What, you're that bad at driving?
Well, on 3 occasions I was.
Oh, James.
So, here we go. James, it's down to you. And you are.
I'll reveal if you want.
Yeah, you reveal now.
You know more about tractors than you let on, James. You're correct.
I'm correct.
Oh, well done.
Well done, James.
Woohoo! Take that, Papa Widdicombe.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Still trading under the name of the Scrape Master?
Occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally. Now, each week, James used to, because his life is essentially that of a sitcom, bring us one of his scrapes that he'd got into. Now, we've had someone submit a scrape, James.
Yeah, I think since we haven't done the scrapes for a bit.
No.
Some people are missing them, and this guy particularly wants to replace me by the sound of things.
So, James's scrapes. If you were to give an example of the level of scrape you'd go in for,
I slept in a bush in Basingstoke wearing a red dress once.
What?
Yeah,
I need way more information.
yeah, that's what I did once.
Download the podcast.
Yeah. That's from the archives, Kerry. That was a night of my life I won't get back.
so that's the level. Never did you reach this.
No.
Do you want to read it out, James?
Yes, this is from Fluff Mitten. We don't know anything else about it. Fluff Mitten, if you're listening, we do need a bit more information from you, if I'm honest. Tweeted at me saying, just had a James Acaster style classic scrape, which, I mean, calling it a James Acaster style classic scrape is really, that's lofty praise.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever attained. In which a German man and his 2 girlfriends / hookers gate crashed my dinner.
No, as the scrape master, James, do you think you could fill in, using your knowledge of scrapes, the details?
Can only imagine. I mean, this guy's Fluff Mitten. I don't know if it's a lady or a man, but they've had a dinner. Oh, is it a dinner party? I'm guessing it's a dinner party. If someone thought they could just invite themselves, but I can't imagine for the life of me, because of Twitter, it's 140 characters. So they just gone, that'll do. And no follow-up tweet.
Has there been any replies?
I retweeted it.
Favourites, and I replied, we shall discuss this.
So
Hold on, Fluff Mitten said something else. Any normal person would have asked them to sit elsewhere, by which I mean anyone not English and therefore cripplingly polite.
So this can't have been in their house, because if you ask...
No, it can't.
It's in a restaurant, isn't it?
It must be.
Because that was what I thought immediately, was it?
In the house?
In the house.
Yeah.
I thought they'd just...
And then it'd be weird to ask them to sit elsewhere in your house.
Do you mind sitting upstairs just
Yeah.
trying to have
I'm
dinner?
sitting in the snug. I can't...
What's the snug?
In some pubs they've got a snug, haven't they? Do you know this?
Yeah, yeah.
Neil's nodding there.
Yeah, I know of snugs.
I don't know what
They got a
snug
snug.
is.
It's like a little nook in the, like a little...
Oh, yeah.
A little bit, the way you can just, you sit in
A
the snug.
cranny.
Yeah, it's like you get enough room for one table in there.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then you're sitting in the snug.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Fluff Mitten in the snug. With,
No one puts Fluff Mitten in the snug.
it's the new Dirty Dancing scene.
Yeah, it's got very popular catchphrase. No one puts Fluff Mitten in the snug. Even the German guy and his hooker friends.
So we're thinking Fluff Mitten was out for dinner.
In a restaurant.
In a restaurant. A German man and his 2 girlfriends, / hookers, gate crashed.
don't say stroke hookers on the air.
And he just took it and then chatted and had his meal with them.
I'm guessing they were on a bigger... Yeah, Fluff Mitten was on a big table, and they just thought, we'll just go on the end of this table.
So if it was in sort of Wagamama's, it doesn't count, because basically I could pretend I've had dinner with loads of different strangers, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens in Wagamama's.
It's not gate crashing. You can't say to people,
It's
stop
just-
gate crashing.
It's
man.
canteen dining.
Sorry, mate, I've got this table.
Yeah,
It's very long.
It's all mine. It's my bench.
I
Back
want to
off.
enjoy my ramen. Gate crashing it.
So what we need is, shall we put an appeal out to Fluff Mitten
Yeah.
Need more
to email further details?
Yeah, josh@xfm.co.uk with the full story, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Shall we, that's probably drawn a line under it, hasn't it?
Well,
Until
a temporary line. A pencil line. We will erase and then write more of this story.
I just want to add that the tweet before that you've retweeted, James, is Kettering Town FC's official Twitter feed. 3 days left. Want to meet one of the UK's top comedians, as Kettering owns at James Acaster's coming home.
Tomorrow.
Did you do a thing for Kettering Town FC?
Tomorrow I'm
Meeting.
going back to Kettering to film a documentary.
About Kettering
and
Town?
About Kettering. And I'm going to the Kettering Town FC and we're going to sing the Kettering Town song. And I'm going to interview them about the football club.
Wow. You are living the dream.
I'm living the dream. Not only that, Weetabix are also sending me a load of their energy drinks. Weetabix have just bought an energy drink out.
That's
I mean,
going well.
this is probably a bit late in this link to be bringing that up, because I'm sure you've all got a lot of questions. But
Josh Widdicombe, XFM.
Just before we go, as a thank you to everyone, you have a chance to plug your wares. Producer Neil?
I'll go first. You can get tickets to the Channel 4 Comedy Gala on the XFM website now. xfm.co.uk. Click the ticket tab. You're going to be there,
Yeah, I'll be there.
I believe.
Yeah.
And listen to Communion tomorrow night, Sunday, 10 p.m. Arnie from the Vaccines is co-hosting with Maz.
Okay, good. James?
I haven't really got anything to plug. I just looked in my thing. I thought I've got a work in progress show on Monday in Leamington Spa, but that's all I've written in my diary, so I don't really know what venue that's in. So, you know, just if you're around the Leamington Spa area, listen.
If people
Or-
want to see you that badly, they can find that out.
They
can't
can find that out.
Or
Just put
if
that
you've booked James, Maybe get in touch and let
Tell
him know
him where he's gonna be.
booked.
Yeah, 'cause I'm very unclear as to what
You're
I'm
so
doing.
laid back, it's admirable. It's brilliant.
I am in Evesham tonight. Yeah? Interested? Excited? With Nish Kumar's support. Did Nish want us to promote anything?
He didn't send me an email.
I am in Stevenage on Tuesday. I'm going to watch England v Denmark at Wembley on Wednesday. And the last leg is back next Friday. Guest TBC. At
Is that a
Josh-
rapper?
Yeah. Kerry?
I am doing a tour, so
Do you want me to go through the dates, like Steve Wright would, very quickly?
Do it.
March the 8th, Norwich. March the 13th, Winchester. March the 14th, Birmingham. March the 15th, Maidstone. March the 16th, Windsor. March the 20th, Crawley. March the 21st,
It's getting a bit
Reading.
like the tracks a
March
bit.
the 22nd, Preston. March 23rd, Basingstoke. March 28th, Oxford. March 29th, Worthing. March 30th, Bristol. April the 1st, Brighton.
it's all on the
Only
website,
falling.
Josh.
2nd of April, Swindon. I'm going to do it. 3rd of April, Bath. 4th of April, Leamington Spa. 9th of April, Leicester. 10th of April, Nottingham. 11th of April, Derby. And finishing at the O2 Fareham on the 12th of April.
Thank you for that. Thank you for going through that.
No worries. If you live in any of those places and you don't go, I'll be really angry because that was really tough for me to do.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast. XFM.